Joanna Hodorowska, Nutrition and Motion, Nutrition for Body, Mind, Spirit, and Sport. So I did a nutrition challenge with a running club, and one of the questions was, I have 5 pounds to lose, and it just has to go. But I really don't want to be as strict as I was several years ago in order to get there. So what do you suggest? So there's a couple things, and I'm going to go over 4 or 5 things that I would suggest. And the first thing is you always want to balance your blood sugar and balance the meals. So what does that mean? So it's basically don't skip the meals because that'll just make you more hungry, and then you'll probably overeat at the next meal, and it's probably going to be the things that you're not supposed to eat, you know. But the trick is to actually create those balanced meals. And if you want to just a rule of thumb, you take your plate. This is about as big as a plate, right? It's round. Cut it in half, and you basically have half your plate as your green vegetables. Then you want to add a little bit of protein, not that much in terms of carbohydrates, maybe half a cup at the most, and then add some fat, and that will be your balanced meal. And you kind of want to have all your meals like that every 3 or 4 hours, depending on what your activity level is. But generally, about every 4 hours, you want to have a mini meal. So you eat just enough to be satisfied, but not overfull and not feeling starving afterwards. Then the second thing is you want to continue drinking water in between your meals, because a lot of times you are actually not hungry, you are actually thirsty. So make sure you get your water in, because that is going to help. Then you want to make sure you have a little bit more greens. Like I said, you want half your plate to be greens. So you want more greens and less carbohydrates. But when you're doing the more greens and less carbohydrates, you also have to increase the fat. And the fats are going to be, your avocado, your olive oil, your flaxseed oil, your raw nuts and seeds. It basically helps to provide more satiety. And even though most people are like, ew, fats are fattening, it's actually not the fats that are fattening. It's really the sugar and the carbohydrates that you eat in excess that are fattening. So, and the fats will help to balance the blood sugar level better. It'll help to keep you less hungry in the long run. So then you end up eating less over the course of the whole day. And in the combination of balancing your blood sugar and managing the calories better with the combinations that you are choosing, then you will actually eat as much as you need and not overeat, and then your body will actually start burning the fat rather than storing more fat. Make sure you get your sleep as well, because sleep is another thing that we end up stress eating. And stress eating typically includes anything that gives us quick energy, which is just going to spike the blood sugar. It's going to give us some nice emotional benefits. We're going to feel great when we eat it, but we're going to feel guilty. We're going to need to readjust the meal plans later to compensate for it. But you really want to just make sure that you have enough sleep to help the body to actually burn the fuel properly. And then what else do we need? Obviously, you want to exercise, because if you don't exercise, your metabolism is going to be kind of disrupted. But make sure that the exercise is something that you love to do. I just call it movement therapy. And make sure that you're including at least 30 minutes a day. It might need to be an hour for you. You might want to include a couple times a week some high intensity training, doing some hill repeats or some track intervals if you're running, or do some kind of speed work in the pool if you're a swimmer. So keep those all in mind. But to help the body start burning fat instead of storing it, you need to balance the blood sugar, make better combinations of meals, sleep, drink your water, and put it all together. If you have any questions about that, give me a call. You can go to www.nutritioninmotion.net and schedule a 15-minute call with me so we can determine where it is that you need to start and which one of those 5 things it is that we need to work on first. Again, Joanna Hodorowska, Nutrition and Motion, Nutrition for Body, Mind, Spirit, and Sport.